Let's take a look at this new product from EMAX. I like how EMAX sends some of their quads in these cases like this. They're like little hard cases so you can carry them around nice. Nice. Alright. So what we're looking at here is the Tiny Hawk Nano Scout. I know what you're thinking. EMAX has already come out with this. Now, this is a different version. This is a HD0 version, and what's cool about this, we'll get into the specs a little bit later on, but this has HD0 built into the all-in-one board, which is amazing. You don't have to worry about the extra weight of another VTX being on board. Although this drone isn't the lightest drone ever, it's made for durability, and it's made for like beginners wanting to get into the ecosystem of racing. 65mm whoops. So this drone comes with 31mm Avant props. These are EMAX's props. They also have a full line of new batteries now. Now this drone does come with one battery. It comes with a 320 HV battery. One thing to note about this though, these batteries are HV batteries, so they can get charged up to 4.3 volts, but this charger that they send you for some reason only charges them up to about 4.2, which is kind of strange to me, but you're not really getting all the performance and flight time out of the batteries. But if you do happen to have another charger, or you get into this hobby and you want to get a better charger, you're probably better off. That way you can get the most out of these LiPos, or HV batteries rather. Now this drone comes with the drone, a battery charger. It also comes with some screws and a little mini screwdriver, and you got a couple extra gummies, an extra elastic for your battery. Of course, it's going to come with some extra props. They also send you some of these connector ends in case you want to swap some of your other batteries to this. A lot of people are already going to have the other batteries, so I don't know if this is going to be worth it or not, but that's up to you to decide. And of course, EMAX always comes with some warnings in their support card. You can go online, scan this with your phone, tells you all about the drone. Got some stickers. And this is running Express ELRS, which is awesome. That's the latest and greatest. You're never going to have connectivity issues or even binding issues. Binding is so much easier. You put your bind phrase in and you're ready to go. It also has a disclaimer here saying people under the age of 18 have adult supervision, blah, 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 blah. It's up to you if you want to read that or not. So without further ado, I've had this thing for a little while now, so I've been able to fly this thing for weeks on end, and even though I've only had a couple of batteries, I've been able to get some packs in with this. So I'm going to share some flights with you now, so let's get right into it. So after flying this thing around for a while, it does take crashes very well. The frame itself is made of this memory type plastic. That meaning you can kind of squish this thing pretty good and it'll go right back to its original shape, which is cool, especially for beginners because you're going to be crashing a lot. One thing that did happen to me, I don't know if it was just like such a hard crash, I just realized this afterwards, but the canopy broke in two places, like right there and on the side over here. And you know, the canopy isn't the end of the world. You can 3D print yourself or even buy a new one. You can get those fairly easily. I don't think the canopy is made of the same material as the whoop itself is, because I don't think it would have broken that easily. Maybe my screws were just a little bit too tight, and after hitting something or falling onto the pavement, maybe it did have some like stress cracks or whatnot just from being tight. I don't know. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Other than that, so these brushless motors are EMAX's 08015 22,000 kV. There's no markings on it anywhere, but that's what they had told me. And also saying that this thing flies up to 4 minutes, it's kind of, I mean, I've got this thing up to like 3.5 minutes tops, so 4 minutes isn't like so much of a stretch. But on a 320 milliamp LiPo, or HV battery rather, I'm sure if you charge that thing all the way up, you could probably get 4 minutes flying very agile. Now, the EM 2.0 connector is giving it some great performance. EMAX does have some brand new batteries, like I said. They have all different sizes on their website. And they also upgraded the back camera plate, because that's been having some issues in the past, I guess, from people breaking that. The only issue I would say is like this camera does sit a little out from the canopy, so if you do crash into something hard, you know, you might damage the camera. Other than that, this is going to be a great beginner whoop for somebody that's looking into getting into this hobby, or just, you know, want to try racing for the very first time. Now, EMAX sells this thing as a kit. You can get the goggles and the remote as a ready-to-fly kit, and I'll leave the link down in the description. Or you can just buy this thing separate as a whoop, just like this. So, I mean, my final thoughts would be, is this a great whoop for beginners? I mean, I would definitely buy this if I was just getting into the hobby. Seems like a great durable whoop. You're going to be able to crash this thing a lot, and I don't see this thing breaking. The frame is well put together. It's got a lot of points of contact. It's definitely not going to be a first place racer. I mean, you could get this weight down quite a bit. Like I said, this thing weighs like 23.5 grams without a LiPo on it. I'm sure you could drop a couple grams if you wanted to, but again, this is like a beginner entry-level drone, and EMAX has done a great job. They always do great work with their entry-level stuff, and if you haven't seen EMAX's website, take a look at it. They got a lot of different things over there. They got 5-inch drones, 3.5-inch drones, and now they got some whoops. So they came from this whoop here to this here, and they got analog and HD0. So yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button. I'll leave the links down below if you guys want to check this thing out. And as always, keep those props spinning.